Good morning, friends. It's me. I am here to talk to you about the Power of Three document. So, the Power of Three document is a way to track what you're doing. It's a way to track your business. It's a way to track how many friends you're making, who you're making friends with, how many messages you're sending out, how many invites you're sending, your follow-ups, as well as eventually how many people you are inviting to the coaching opportunity. So I'm going to share my screen with my Power of Three, and I'm going to show you my Power of Three document. So it's very simple. It's nothing fancy. It just goes through and shows. So if you can see here, I have friends, so meaning new friends that I am making not only in real life, but in social media. So I am on week, okay. This is October 3rd through 8th. So you can see this particular week, these were friends that I made. So Mary is, she's a parent and she does karate at Felipe's Dojo. So these are some high school friends that I haven't been in touch with in ages. And if you notice, some are in parentheses and some are not. My system that I found works well is that when I send a friend request, so I'm specifically talking about Facebook, when I send a friend request, I write their name and I put it in parentheses. When that person accepts my friend request, I take the parentheses off. So you can see I sent David Adelfinger, he's an old high school friend, a friend request, and he accepted. But you can also see that there are some out there that people have not accepted yet. So ways that you can make new friends. I found recently I have gotten in touch with a lot of old high school friends, and I have found them through friends of friends. So when I'm on a friend's Facebook profile, I will often go into their friends and I will scroll through and I will find people that I know and haven't been in touch with and that we are not connected on Facebook. So you can see this week I did quite a bit. The idea is, so the reason it's called the Power of Three is that if you are making 3 friends a day, messaging 3 people a day, inviting 3 people a day, and following up, let's see, here's my follow-up section, following up with 3 people a day and inviting 3 people a week typically to the coaching opportunity, that will move your business forward. Now I find there are days and weeks, look at this week. So this week particularly, I didn't friend a lot of people. Jenny Vaughn was actually an elementary school friend who I sent her friend request. She hasn't responded yet. Hopefully she will, maybe she won't. And then Lisa was a colleague of mine in Aurora that I got found through a friend of a friend, so she did accept. So some weeks so you can see here, I haven't found any new friends this week. So the idea is, yes, every day you want to be doing this, but the reality is sometimes I spend more time on my invites or sometimes I spend more time on my messages. So for example, let me go back here. So this week I messaged quite a few people. Actually, let me go back. No, I didn't find a lot of friends here. And notice I didn't really message any new people here this week, but I did some follow-ups. So if I look here again, these are messages. So these are just messages I send out to people. It has nothing to do with Beachbody. It is just getting back in touch. And I have found, I call them howdy friend messages. So a lot of these people I have not been in touch with, just reaching out and saying, hi, how are you? What are you doing with your life? And getting conversations going that way. So you can see I did quite a few messages this week, or this particular week. Oh, and if you notice, I do a new Power of Three every single week. So this is my whole year in this one document. Again, this week I didn't do a lot of invites. Let me go back to 24 here, this week. Okay. Week of October 10th through the 22nd, I spent a lot of time inviting people to my next challenge group, which starts on November 7th. So you can see I put people's name, I put what it is I invited them to. I just, for time purposes, I just put 11/7. Again, same thing. If the person's in parentheses, it means I haven't invited them yet. So it's just my tracking way to keep organized and tracking who I've invited. You'll notice the colors. So for example, I sent out an invite to Danielle. Danielle sent a message back, and then I followed up with her again. So I put that in purple. That's just a little color coding system I made to say, yes, I have followed up with that person. When the person says no, they're not interested, I still follow up, but I just put a little red. I just color them red to be like, no, they're not interested. And you can see all of these blanks are people I have not heard back from yet. So either this weekend or the beginning of next week, I'm going to spend a lot of time following up with them, each one individually, to say, again, you know, how's it going? And are you interested in knowing more about my November 7th group? It is very interesting that when you send out invites and you don't hear back from people, which is extremely common, when you send a follow-up message, you often always hear back. People are like, oh, I forgot about that, or oh, I'm sorry, you know, or I'm busy, or no, it's not a good time, or yeah, tell me more. You know, we all do it too. We get messages and then we don't respond because we forget. So there's that. And then here's my follow-up section. So people that I have followed up, and I put just a little thing, a little blurb, like, you know, Diane, I'm going to meet her on Friday, or Mary Killingsworth. She was someone who joined my Cooking with Quinoa group, and I'm just building the relationship. So I mean, meaning I'm sending her messages, I'm asking her questions. Cherie, I sent her some Shakeology videos. So I just put kind of a little blurb as to what I'm talking to them about. Let me see if I have another example this week. Yeah, asking questions. A lot of times I'll put that too. So when people send something like this, sweetie, Ana Lucia, she sent me a message. We've been talking. She was in the quinoa group, and she said, gosh, I really want to lose weight. And so I sent her back a message, and I'm asking her questions. And why do you want to lose weight? Why is that important to you? How will that make you feel if you lose the weight you'd like? Let me look here real quick. I'm going to show you June 20th. So if I go back to June I was on fire because I was off school, and I was like, okay, I am cranking. So you can see I didn't make any new friends. I didn't find any new people, and I messaged some. Again, howdy friends, asking questions, building relationship messages. And I invited a ton to my core group. I did a free 7-day core challenge group. So here's all my invites. And then here's all my follow-ups. So I kind of just tell, you know, like Carrie, for example, she was traveling. She needs this. These are things that she told me. She needs a new routine, and her cousin may be interested in the group. So, or Cassie, I sent her 21-day fix and fix extreme videos for her to watch. Or I sent Joel the hammer and chisel video. Now this is all, of course, after talking with them and finding out that they're interested, of course, and you know, they're just follow-ups. So you see, it's really important to follow up. Following up and getting back in touch and keeping in touch with people is the key to not only building the relationship, but just letting people know that you are interested in helping them and you are here for them. And then the next one was June 27th to July 2nd. So you can see I had done a ton of invites the week prior, so I wasn't inviting a lot this week, but I spent a lot of time following up. So there you go. Kind of the way it is. So, you know, it's a general guide, like I said, every day making friends, every day messaging, every day inviting. And it just is all a matter of how much time you have to dedicate to this. But you can see there are certain weeks that I spend more time doing certain activities than other times. So again, and here was when I was out inviting to the Fitness Fun group, and I followed up with all these people. And actually, this group never took off. I invited, where am I, in August 6th? Let's see, in July, I was in Summit. I was in Nashville during that week, but I invited to this group and I followed up and I kept in touch with people and no one was interested. So the group never even took off. So, you know, you could consider that like a huge fail. Like, oh, I invited to this group, but I didn't even do the group. No, it wasn't a fail. I'm still plugging away. That's kind of what this business is all about, is that you just keep doing things to see what works, and you just keep talking to people and staying present in people's lives. And is it work? Yes, it is. Does it take time to build relationships and trust? Yes, but the longer you're doing it and people see that you're consistent, they will start to come to you. So I even had a colleague at work who's going to have a baby in January, and she said, I'm eating everything I can right now because I'm pregnant, but as soon as I'm having that baby, I'm talking to you. So people start to, know you for what you're doing with fitness, and that comes with time. So hopefully that was helpful. I'm looking at my notes. I don't think I have any other notes. Anywho, there is my power 3. Oh, finally, coaching. So of course, the idea of inviting or presenting the opportunity to people that you have had a relationship with, and most likely people that have participated in your challenge groups, you will invite to the coaching opportunity. And this is where I need to get better too, because I'm not as consistent with inviting to coaching. And you'll see, like, I'll go weeks and weeks and I haven't talked to anybody about coaching, and there, dear sweet Kim, she's at risk of her coach status being canceled. And so I'm working on that. And of course that takes time, building the relationship and people knowing a little bit more about what Beachbody is, I guess. But we can actually do whole nother talk about inviting to the coaching opportunity. But I've taken up enough of your time. Hopefully that was helpful. It just is a document that really keeps me organized in who I'm talking to. And lastly, I have these all on Google Docs. And I don't know if you're not familiar with Google Docs. I recommend that you become familiar with Google Docs or Evernote, some people use, because it syncs to all my devices. So obviously I'm on my phone most of the time. So when I see a message, so someone sends me a message into Facebook Messenger, and I do not have time right then to respond to them, or it's not my time that I'm working, but I don't want to forget that that person sent me the message. I will go into my phone, I will go into my Power of 3 document, and I will just quickly write their name, like today, in fact. These are all people who just popped into my head. I was like, I need to, or I saw that Jill purchased another Shakeology, so I was going to send her a thank you message. Same with Marla. Jen, I know I need to follow up about Shakeology being too expensive. Marcia also about getting her next order of Shakeology. So I haven't had time to respond to them, but I'll do it quick on my phone, and I'll just put their name in so that they don't get lost in my Facebook messages, because you can see how if you're messaging a ton of people, all those messages just keep getting pushed down, and it's very easy to forget. And there's times that I have, and I'll look back and I'll be like, oh my gosh, it's been months since I've talked to that person. So that's a way for me to keep really organized, is just like, I got a message, I'll put them in. If they're in parentheses, I know I need to get back to them. So then when I have time and I'm working, then I'll respond. So there you go. Thanks for listening. Hopefully that was helpful, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Let's see. Stop share and end meeting. Ciao, ciao.